There are mornings when the light feels too tired to fall, and evenings when the silence settles on your chest. A slow heaviness, a quiet reminder that you're moving through life at a volume no one hears. Somewhere between those hours, you drift, almost invisible, almost weightless, as if fading into the background feels safer than being fully seen. Some people learn to stay quiet because every time they tried to shine, someone dimmed them. You wake before your alarm, not from rest, but from memory. Your body knows these worn-out mornings too well. The room is dim, the air cool, nothing moves. You sit at the edge of the bed, watching the faint outline of your hands, waiting for something inside you to arrive. In the kitchen, your footsteps soften themselves. A glass fills slowly. The refrigerator huns, the only sound willing to stay. Steam lifts from your cup, fragile and brief, disappearing before you even register its warmth. Outside, the world begins its routine. Engines, doors, people walking with certainty. You stand behind the window for a moment, separated by glass and quiet breath. You don't rush to join them. You give the world permission to move without you. Later, in familiar rooms, you take your usual place. Not hidden, not seen, just there. Somewhere safe between attention and absence. You speak only when needed. Short answers, soft tone, nothing that would ripple the air too much. And this strange middle ground, this space where no one looks too closely, somehow becomes the place where you breathe the easiest. Silence becomes a shelter when the world feels too sharp. There's a pattern beneath all of this, a quiet way of living that stays close to the edges, not because you lack depth, but because being fully seen never felt entirely safe. This isn't a flaw, it isn't a weakness. It's a shape your life has taken, a response your body learned when softness was the only way to stay intact. You don't drift toward invisibility out of failure. You move toward it because loud spaces exhaust you, because the world prefers intensity while your mind breathes in gentler tones. You exist at a lighter volume, not fading, just conserving. Preserving energy in a world that burns too brightly. And there's no shame in that, none at all. You aren't withdrawing because something is wrong inside you. You're responding to years of needing quieter rooms and softer expectations. This way of being isn't broken. It's familiar. It makes sense. Some people disappear to survive. Somewhere early in your life, long before language, you learned how to shrink without disappearing. Maybe the people around you were overwhelmed, unpredictable, too distracted to hold space for your voice. Attention might have come with pressure or unpredictable consequences, so your nervous system did what it knew best. It softened you. Small steps, quiet breath, needs reduced to something manageable, just enough presence to exist, but never to disrupt. Children don't say, "I'm overwhelmed." They simply adjust. They lower their volume. They observe instead of reach. They stay still, because stillness feels like safety. These lessons sink deep. They settle in the body, and years later, the adult you becomes a quiet echo of the child you once were. A person who stands back slightly in conversations. A person who senses more than they speak. A person who supports rather than leads. Not because they can't take space, but because something inside whispers that space was never theirs to begin with. Early emotional learning weaves itself into your bones. It teaches you that peace comes from staying small, and even muted peace is better than unwanted attention. A wounded child often grows into an adult who apologizes for their own presence. Your instinct to disappear isn't emptiness. It's protection. A shield your system built carefully over years. When voices grow sharp, you step back. When rooms get loud, you soften yourself. When emotions tighten, you wrap them in quiet. This isn't avoidance, it's regulation, a way to stay safe without shutting down. When things get heavy, another layer forms, a numbness. Not cold, just muted. Like hearing a song through a wall. You still feel it, but faintly, safely. Your thoughts loop gently, predictable patterns. Soft circles you've walked 1,000 times. Your eyes scan the room for tension. Your body reduces its presence, making sure you never take more space than allowed. And this is where the cycle begins. Protection becomes isolation. Isolation becomes quiet pain. Quiet pain strengthens the need for more protection. A loop that feels gentle on the outside, but slowly wears you down from within. This isn't failure. This is survival. A nervous system doing exactly what it was trained to do. Sometimes the armor you built to protect yourself becomes the cage you live in. Inside, your mind rarely rests. Thoughts move in soft loops, repeating themselves like distant echoes. You rehearse conversations that never happened. You imagine responses you'll never give. Your inner critic is quiet, but constant. A low hum beneath every moment. There's numbness too, not the painful kind, just a gentle fog. Days slip by with a sameness that feels almost weightless. Afternoons stretch, evenings sink into stillness. Time loses texture. Your home becomes a paradox. A sanctuary that holds you, and a space that traps you. It lets you breathe, but it also whispers your exhaustion back to you. Refuge becomes prison. Safety becomes stagnation. You exist between both truths, and some days you're not sure which one holds you tighter. When no one asks how you are, you start answering the question in your own head, and the silence hurts more. There's a paradox at the core of this quiet life. The very traits that make you want to stay small are the same traits that hold your deepest strengths. The irony is powerful. Your softness is a shield and a gift. You sense things others miss, small shifts in tone, changes in atmosphere. Unspoken tension, unspoken sadness. Your presence is gentle enough that people breathe easier near you. You don't overwhelm, you don't impose. You hold space without trying. There is depth here, not loud, not theatrical, just real. A kind of understanding that doesn't need to be announced. This isn't flattery, it's truth. A truth people overlook because quiet strengths are easy to miss. Some souls feel more than they show. The world today runs on visibility, on noise, on constant performance. Social media rewards the loudest rooms. Corporate life rewards the ones who take space confidently. Everywhere you look, people are broadcasting their lives as if presence must be proven. You scroll through endless highlight reels, polished faces, perfect angles, lives edited to glow. Your energy fades just watching it. Not because you're incapable, but because you're wired for sincerity, not performance. Hyperconnection creates a strange emptiness, a closeness without real touch, a conversation without breath. For someone like you, someone built for quiet presence, this world feels exhausting in ways that don't show on the outside. Not everyone is made for the spotlight. Some are made for the depth behind it. Nights stretch longer for you. Silence deepens. The air thickens slightly around your thoughts. Weekends blur. Soft hours, muted colors. Life feels like it's happening behind a thin sheet of glass. Your memories, though, they stay bright. Childhood warmth. Leaves crunching under small feet. Old rooms holding familiar shadows. The present feels pale in comparison, as if someone turned the saturation down without asking. Your home reflects this duality. A sanctuary that holds your gentleness, and a mirror that reveals your tiredness. Comfort wrapped around ache, two truths sharing the same walls. Sometimes the safest place is the one that reminds you how tired you truly are. Here is the quiet truth, spoken softly, without demand. You are not broken. You are overwhelmed, worn down by years of carrying yourself in careful, invisible ways. Your softness is not a flaw. Your quietness is not a defect. Your way of moving through the world is valid. You do not need to force brightness. You do not need to chase visibility. Beneath the muted tiredness, there is still a whole person, unlost, unruined, still here. You aren't fading. You're resting, and rest is not failure. You're overwhelmed, not broken.